This is Things You Might Not Have Heard. I am Jay Clifton Payne, and I have for you queued up 8 stories from yesterday, the past day, that you vetted as convinced pop culture news. Liz Cheney, Caitlin Clark, and Garth Brooks all get the treatment this morning, plus 5 other stories, 5 other topics. And we'll explain the vetting process, how we actually chose these stories to present to you in just a bit. But remind you right now that our website, where you can find out all the details about us all the time at our own online home, this is theconversationproject.com. And you can email us as you wish whenever you need to complain, but maybe give us some comments, some feedback, or complain at the conversation inbox at gmail.com. If I've not said so yet, today happens to be Friday, October the 4th, 2024. And boy, do we have some news for you today. No particular order as these stories are being presented. These are just 8 stories from the top stories that you said were conversational yesterday. And these are the ones that sort of made the best narrative for the day. So if you have any comments, concerns, let me know. If I picked the wrong story you believe, let me know. And we'll do our best to do better. Focus on other topics next time, because it is all about you. Headline number 1. More or less breaking news as it came down late last night and is still sort of working itself out. The Dockworkers Union has suspended its strike to January 15th to allow time to negotiate a new contract. Now, the strike isn't over, as some of the chyrons are saying. It's still going on. It's just been suspended. There's still a plan to go off the job on January 15th of 2025. But the 45,000 workers who basically are represented by the Dockworkers Union have agreed to basically go back to work in all cases because the issues are too big right now. Number 1, October surprise stuff with the election. Number 2, the serious issues from Hurricane Helene that damaged from Florida all the way through the Carolinas into Tennessee. Just a big chunk of the East Coast and southeastern state are dealing with devastation from that one, now called the second largest damaging storm of all time, at least recorded time, after the Big Daddy, which is Katrina. And just the climate that's going on right now is not the time to be sitting there trying to negotiate a contract when things need to get done. People are already hoarding toilet paper. I went to Walmart yesterday and there was no paper to be found in my local Walmart. I'm sure many other grocery stores and retail stores are the same way, because humans are kind of dumb like that. But this is a pause in the contract negotiations and a pause in the strike, because they need to get things going and make sure things are working right now. There is no actual resolution planned and no actual talks, I can tell, that any scheduled talks to go back to work, other than going back to work. But we are going to go back to having normal activity in some of the ports, which actually need some help right now because of damage from the severe storm that just came through about a week ago or so. This is a story that popped up in the aggregators as something that was interesting. This is a person I don't know anything about, and this is a story that I really have no background on. So I'm going to read it pretty much blank and dry and leave less commentary on this one. If you have commentary on this one, let me know. The headline for story number 2, TikTok personality Mr. Prada charged in the killing of a Louisiana therapist. TikTok personality Mr. Prada, whose real name is Terrion Thomas, is charged with the killing of a Louisiana therapist. Thomas is 20 years old and was arrested in Dallas County, Texas, after a therapist's body was found bludgeoned and wrapped in a tarp near a state park in Louisiana. Authorities believe the crime occurred over the weekend, and Thomas faces second-degree murder charges. He was apprehended following a warrant issued in Baton Rouge. Not much meat and details from this robot editor copy, and so we're going to leave it to that. Click the link in the description of this video so you can get more details on the story, or search for it online. If this is a local story to you or something that's sort of in your wheelhouse, let me know in the comments so we can chat more about this one. But this is one that garnered a lot of attention, a lot of engagement, and we'll explain how the engagement gets the stories in here. But this is one that I was well off my radar. The news aggregators kept popping it up. I put it in there. You guys jumped on this one, and we are talking about it here. We'll talk further if it's what you desire. This is one we're not getting away from because we still have about 30 days. This is the 4th. The election's on the 5th. So you're about 31, 32, something like days until the election. So till it's all almost over. Almost. And we know that the factions are sort of unfactioning and the wagons are unwagoning and things like that. And so strange bedfellows are happening in this election season. And right now, one of the strangest bedfellows of ladies are getting together to garner power for what's left of what we have going on. Enough weird metaphors. Headline for story number 3. Liz Cheney will campaign with Harris in Wisconsin while Trump holds rally in Michigan. And this happened. Liz Cheney was on the stage with Kamala Harris saying, I don't agree with her, but Donald Trump is bad. That's essentially what you get out of that. And Trump is, saying they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, the geese are being watching, and Kamala Harris is the worst president ever, even though she hadn't been president yet, or something to that effect. I don't do impressions, but I do Trump because he's not worthy of me being apologetic for having bad impressions. But this is a big deal. Donald Trump is being criticized by Cheney for a lot of things. One, just sort of revamping the way Republicans even think, and two, his non-action on January 6th, and basically the fact that he's not taking any responsibility for the actions. Therefore, many people are going to jail. Many people are dealing with the consequences. He's the man that essentially lit the match and threw it into the fire that was all soaked, gasoline-soaked grounds to make it happen. And he's getting away scot-free. And chance he's in fact, the fact that he tried to overtake that election, overturn it, and put himself back in power when he lost, and he's getting a shot to do it again, and he still has a good chance to win it back. It's insanity to many people. Liz Cheney in general, who doesn't know why exactly it is what it is, but she knows she has to alleviate Donald Trump to get back to some sort of power on her end. Her dad, the most evil person in Republican politics, that being Dick Cheney, has publicly said, I'm backing Kamala Harris because Donald Trump is crazy. Maybe not crazy on the words he said, but I'm pretty sure he thinks he's crazy. This reflects an ongoing condemnation of Trump and emphasizes the divide in the Republican Party as the election is nearing its end. We shall see what it means for the future of the Republicans, maybe the chance for a third party to sneak in here, or if it's all Kamala, all Mamala, all the time, going for the next 4 to maybe 8 years. Our story at number 4 today. This is one that did not get the massive amount of love, but based on the landscape of what we had going on, we needed a bit of a refresher. We needed something, a literal palate cleanser. And apparently it is happening. It is coming. It is here. The U.S. will finally get the chicken Big Mac right here in the U.S. The United States, the home of the Big Mac, where McDonald's was founded, is finally going to get one of its most prized possessions, 2 chicken patties between 3 slices of bread and pickles and lettuce and all that good stuff. McDonald's is launching the chicken Big Mac in the U.S. for the first time, starting in October 10th of 2024. That is 6 days away. This is be bigger than McRib, maybe. This version is of the classic Big Mac replaces the beef patties with crispy chicken. It's already been a hit in international markets, but just not been something that's been sustained here. Limited time, just like the McRib, in participating locations, so you may or may not get that. So look for it coming your way. If it doesn't come your way, we may have to travel like McRib to go find yourself a McChicken Big Mac. Chicken Big Mac. What we're calling this thing again? The Chicken Big Mac. That's what it's called. Limited time. So get it while you can and tell McDonald's you want it and pay all the extra money you'll get for 2 pieces of chicken, 3 slices of bread, and a whole lot of lettuce and cheese. I'm not a big fan of cheese on my chicken sandwiches, but hey, it's a Big Mac with chicken. Let's take a moment to pause from the news and just talk about us for a quick minute and what you can do to help us go forward. And we need your help because it's about growing and just getting better. The more people we have in the conversation, the more people we have attached to our work, the less I have to do more of the begging for money, do more of the begging for partnerships, do more of the whining and playing on those things. So the more people that give the social engagement, more people will probably watch it and enjoy it as well. Oh, there's a new wrinkle to this, so we'll add that in a second. But the big thing we're always asking you to do is to like, share, and subscribe to our work. Like the videos, like our podcast links, like our newsletter. Share them with other folks who are like-minded, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Make sure you are getting this thing directly in your feeds, however you're getting it, whichever ones you want to. Whether you like us as an audio podcast, whether you enjoy getting the newsletter, so you get that for straight links for the news, whether you're our TikTok fan, I like this, the short takes, or you're actually a big fan of long-form stuff on Facebook. We are all over. You can go to our website and see exactly where the all overs are, but we need your help to make sure we are growing or staying consistent in what we're doing. Like, share, and subscribe to our offerings, and you'll have more people in the conversation to make these things better. More people giving input for conversations, better conversations. Guarantee. Story number 5. Kate Middleton hugs fellow cancel supporter in first photo of a return to work. And that's not the photo we actually used because it was really an Instagram-like photo. It was like a vertical photo that didn't really fit. But this is a family here that Kate Middleton and her husband went to join as she went back to work. She's officially on the scene, doing her thing and making appearances right now. So go to the link here and see the actual photo of the hugging. Go to the search machine and see what you look to and see the Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, back at work hugging Liz Hatton, who's a 16-year-old cancer survivor, patient working through her own things right now. A heartwarming moment took place during an event at Harrogate where, like I said, Kate is back to work. Kate just finished up some serious chemotherapy and after her diagnosis. And even though it was a highly produced video that many people said might be a bit much, not so much the authenticity, not quite demure, if you will, but it was something to show that she's back and she's going to do what she can to essentially energize her people to go be better folks. And this is a great thing to see. We're glad for Kate feeling better. We're definitely, our hearts are warm for Liz Hatton, who is fighting her own battles. And we want to show our love and support for all folks battling cancer because cancer is a bitch and we need it killed. Definitely. No people, the cancer needs to be licked as fast as possible. So yesterday, we talked about Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin Clark specifically with the WNBA in particular, as her team got dropped from the finals or from the playoffs in the first round to make it to the finals. And because of that, eyeballs are not watching WNBA games right now. It is the truth. In that report, I also asked, I'm not sure when it was coming out because I thought it would be coming out closer to the actual finals. But the announcement was made. WNBA has made its Rookie of the Year selection, and it is historic because after a historic year in her debut, the Fever's Caitlin Clark is your Rookie of the Year. It's a pretty big deal for Caitlin Clark at the Indiana Fever. And she is historic as the number 1 overall pick. She came in after a couple of years of NIL stuff, so she didn't actually have to fight for money. In fact, she's not playing off-season basketball because she has other things to do and doesn't fight for money. But here's where it gets interesting. Here's where it gets a little bit interesting. We told you all season long that her rival in college and now her frenemy in the pros, Angel Reese, was also ran number 2 and going on. She was also breaking records and breaking ankles, and including the fact that she actually hurt herself and was injured and didn't play the last couple of weeks of the season. So losing some of that face time going forward. Caitlin Clark getting 66 of 67 first place votes, with 1 vote going to Angel Reese to keep her from being unanimous. Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky is happy for that 1 vote and kind of maybe in the background twisting her imaginary mustache because she came into the league saying, okay, I'll be the villain. I got this. So I'm sure she got that. Clark joins teammates Aaliyah Boston and Hall of Famer Tamika Catchings as Fever players to win the prestigious Rookie of the Year award. So not quite unanimous. And we think that's also a good thing. Baseball does that a lot. When people are going to go in unanimous, some random guy will say vote for somebody else, like Ricky Henderson again, so he doesn't go unanimous. It's kind of petty, but it's how sports Hall of Fames work. Congratulations to the WNBA. Congratulations to Caitlin Clark. Let's see how much we can replay this year and all the success of eyeballs watching, money coming in, and people caring about the women's game next season. Cybertruck. 5th recall of Tesla's Cybertruck within a year, the latest due to rear view display. The Tesla company has issued a 5th recall of the Cybertruck within the year, affecting more than 27,000 vehicles, with the latest recall due to an issue with the rear view camera, where the image may not activate immediately after shifting into reverse, i.e. you want to back up and there's no way to see anything on the back of the tiny, tiny window. The camera don't work. That is bad. This delay poses a safety concern as a rear view camera is crucial for preventing accidents while backing up. I just said that. Tesla has faced increasing scrutiny over the Cybertruck's production and safety issues, and its recall adds to the growing list of concerns surrounding the vehicle's reliability. I literally just saw this morning. I watched it. It came out a couple of days ago. I like watching a lot of reviews and a lot of commentary stuff. And there's a particular group. They're actually comedians or improv folks and comedy writers that write new stuff and make it funny. So it's interesting to watch. And they have a long list of battling Elon Musk for being Elon Musk. He makes it easy. They did a long hour show on the Cybertruck, how the fact that the truck is terrible. The fact that it's made for a future that doesn't exist. And while there are issues with vehicles right now, especially trucks, for what they're doing, being just big, basically large SUVs, because we like large SUVs with small trunks. The Cybertruck could have fixed a lot of things and actually been for a future vision, except it's just terrible, terrible, terrible. That's their commentary. My idea looks like a weird piece of crap just driving down the road and no one understands it. Plus, apparently, it's terrible to drive. If you have the money, hey, go throw it at it. No fate, no background, no nothing. I got you. But Cybertrucks, not the best trucks, pretty much. Period. Finally, I do need to shift gears to our number 8 story, which is something that popped out sort of late in the day yesterday, and it's a bit serious. So we're going to we want to get what we got. All the kidding aside, all the jokes aside, let's get through this one and get into the next phase for the show. Headline for story number 8 this morning: Garth Brooks sued by makeup artist for alleged rape and sexual assault. With all the stories we have going on right now about sexual assault and these sort of issues, we're going to take this as serious as possible. We're going to read it clean, give funny commentary to the back end, and move on to the teaser part, the part where we explain how things work. But the headline, written by our robot editor or edited by that: Garth Brooks, the country music star, has been accused of rape and sexual assault by his former hair and makeup artist. The lawsuit, filed by a plaintiff referred to as Jane Roe, alleges that Brooks sexually assaulted her while she was employed by him. The accusations include rape and battery, with the lawsuit being filed in California Supreme Court in Los Angeles County. Brooks has denied the allegations. Legal action is the latest development in the case, which has garnered significant media attention. Media attention all around about these cases going forward, and we're going to let this one play out for a bit to get more details. This one's not been as salacious as Sean Combs has been. This one's not been as not as much serious video evidence as some have been lately. But this is one that goes a long-standing back time. This is one that apparently, I guess, an issue where it's probably a statute of limitations is running out. And as we see in many of these cases, unfortunately, in many of these cases, they just come out of the woodwork out of nowhere when other big cases are there because people have that top of mind. So with Diddy's case top of mind, we'll probably see more actors and more actresses and more stars of music, stage and screen being accused of these things, because now's the time people see me paying attention of it. And if they are not quite true, if there are false claims, they can be kind of handled in a sense where they can get by because of these things. Not saying this claim is not false. We're going to just see how this one plays out and get more details on the claim. Let's go to what we call our teaser segment. This is a segment where we discuss a teaser story, and how we get stories for you into this thing here called the Conversation Projects, things you might not have heard. And it's pretty simple, actually. You follow us on what we call the feeds. So feeds are links on various websites that are feeds of stuff that we can promote stuff, our social media sites that let us talk to you. We do it on Facebook at facebook.com/This Is Conversation Project. You can find us on X or Twitter, as it says in the crawl, x.com/th_conversation. And we're on Threads. Threads is hard to get the info out of, but we look to see what things get a lot of attention there, and it does help as well. Threads.net/@thisisconversation. What we do is every 50 minutes we produce for you a news article that 50 minutes or so. Sometimes we miss a mark, but we do our best. And we give you an article for you to engage in. You let us know if it's worthy of talking about by liking it, loving it, hating it, sharing it, getting the emoji you want to get into it, commenting on why the article is terrible or why the article is great. And the more engagement we get on those stories, better chance of picking it for these shows here. Tuesday through Friday, we'll give you 8 stories, 8 headlines from the top 15 or so, from about 30 stories presented within a day. For the weekend, which we're prepping for right now, we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and a teeny bit of Monday. We're going to give you 10 stories for that show on Monday, but we're picking from 30 total stories or so from 90 total stories for the weekend. So we have a whole lot more to go through, and it's an even harder time to go. Will this headline reach the weekend and be something that's in contention? I think it will be. Biden's student loan cancellation is put on hold again after a day of legal whiplash. I'm almost positive we're actually going to get some updates on the story over the weekend, because look, right now, Yes, there's war in the for Israel from many fronts. Yes, we have an election that's about 30 days away. Yes, we're still cleaning up from the big storm. Yes, there's big news going on, but those are going to be developing stories. They're going to have to put in some other stories, which is why we do the stories we do here, so they're more engaging. That's not just the big stories. And I'm pretty sure somebody's going to take some time this weekend to do a big write up on what they're going to do next with the Biden administration and what they're trying to do going forward. That is student loan debt cancellation movements. So this story will probably have some legs and probably be in contention. Can't necessarily say it's going to be this story, a story on Monday, but I'm sure it'll be close in that range. Yesterday, we teased a story that I didn't think was going to make it, but I wanted to talk about it, so I had my chance to do that. Congress trying to force car makers to keep AM radio into cars. Sounds like no big deal since no one listens to AM radio. But it really is a big deal because AM radio is a great source for emergency systems, even if people aren't using it for the regular listening to radio these days. So sometimes we tease something that doesn't happen. Sometimes we do that makes it gangbusters. You let us know if this story here is important or whatever story you want to by engaging them with the feeds so we know what to talk about come Monday. This also helps going forward for the weekend stuff. We'll explain that when we get towards the end of the show, what happens on the weekend in our weekly roundup show happening in a moment. But let's talk about our spotlight sponsor for today. Today, we are looking into giving some love to this company right here, Zen Optical. Zen Optical takes care of your eyes and your wallet, and they're taking extra care of your wallet these days with some great promotions happening right now. What you get from Zen Optical are great frames, great lenses, and all the technologies you're looking for. Things that do blocking for computer stuff, blue blocking stuff, sunglasses, transition style lenses, designer brands. They have all the good looks and all the great glasses that you're looking for at Zen Optical for great prices, greater prices than some of those other places that you see online and on your TV all the time. They're also adding some couple new wrinkles to the mix. How about free shipping? Not pay $99 and you send a bunch of them back. Just free off the bat. You buy the glasses you want, they ship them to you free. And then if you don't like them, you send them back and they take care of it. Free shipping for brand new customers. Check that out as well. Plus, with their new rewards program, you can make get rewards for buying glasses for the family, buying glasses, repeat glasses for yourself. And with the rewards program, one of the great things to have is 30% off Pete's Coffee. Coffee programs, coffee fun. Coffee basically runs the Conversation Project. Pete's Coffee is pretty good. I would try to sell you my own conversational blend, but that's because I'm a marketer. I'm trying to make money for this one. But Pete's Coffee can't be beat. So if you want to get 30% off that, check out their rewards program at Zen Optical and check out our link. It's an affiliate link. So we get some credit, literally some credits back for you buying from them. We get a small commission from your purchase and it costs you nothing extra. This is the conversationproject.com/Zenny. This is the conversationproject.com/Zenny. This is the conversation project/Zenny, Zenni for Zenny Optical. Check them out today. You might want to get in on these great deals. We think we're a pretty good deal at the Conversation Project. And we're going to talk about we're going to give some hype to our partners in a bit. So we're going to save that part of the sales pitch till a moment from now. But we'll remind you that our website is there 24/7 for you to find out and engage with what we do. We have the newsletter edition. Essentially, the newsletter we put out to you every single day is out there on the website. So you can see the direct links to things you've missed. You can also subscribe to the newsletter so you don't miss out on the action and get it straight into your inbox. We have links to past videos, past news stories, the weekend show, which includes the weekly roundup, the weekend stuff, I should say. The weekly roundup is 12 stories that I'm going to pick out of the stories we posted all this week. I had the number someplace. I need to put in the notes because I can't do the math in my head. We do 10 stories on Monday and then 8 stories for the rest of the week. And so math and head's not going today. Of those, we'll pick 12 stories that basically made a big impact on me. I think on you guys and give a bit extra narrative and maybe some updates going forward. That's going to be produced for tomorrow. So check that out. We have, of course, the next edition of things coming up on Monday. And of course, coming up after this in a few minutes, we will give to you things you might want to know, the fun stuff, birthdays, history lesson, and of course, the celebration today. That comes down to you as well. To help us get all those things funded, we have partners to help us direct stuff. We have a sponsorship link. I've talked about that already. And we have just you being you. So if you can like, share, and subscribe, and more people are engaged in the conversation, more people can help in the background give me the fodder to bring more things in. So there's less of me asking for you to be partners. All co-host partners are great. You can also, if you're watching it on YouTube, join our membership on YouTube. That's been launched, that's been opened, and no one has joined it yet because I guess they haven't. But if you want to fund us directly through YouTube, there are super chats, there are super stickers, and there's membership in our partnership in our channel here. So more ways to join, help, and support. You can also go to the partnership page. I'll talk about that in a second and do one-time donations. But we're gonna let's just go ahead and go towards that. Today has been Friday, October the 4th. This edition of Things You Might Not Have Heard. And we are always glad to have you along for the ride, help us get through things, and to do what I can do, take my obsession with news and not being so great and pull it into something that's more hopefully good for you to read and check out and understand and bring conversation. People who help support us directly are called our partners, and they are using a platform called buymeacoffee.com to do the monthly subscriptions. Our partners right now are Elvin Kidd, Colby Green, Harold Braxton, and Joy Winters. And they are there to provide for me a little extra change to make things happen. And it works. We take their money, we take their consideration. Extremely important. If you want to be a partner, check out the partnerships page at the website and see what it is that we do and do what you can do to help us keep going, because we can always use a little bit of help, especially in the way of conversation. If you want to just chat with me and tell me things going on, you don't have to pay to do that. Go to thisisaconversationproject.com and engage with us on the website, or email us at the conversation inbox at gmail.com, and that happens as well. It's still Friday, October the 4th, as I finish up these words. I'm Jay Cleveland Payne, wrapping up for this Friday. As we said, the weekly roundup coming tomorrow. So stay, if you're watching this on Friday, so stay tuned for that. Look for that in your feeds. And we also have a newsletter for that one as well, if you're in the feeds for a newsletter. And in mere moments, once we click some buttons and switch things around, we'll get to things you ought to know, the fun stuff. So if you still want to get the fun stuff, it's coming. Hang tight. Give me about 5 minutes. You'll see it coming down your feed in just a moment. Otherwise, we're going to have a great weekend, wrap up great Friday, and enjoy yourselves. Bad blood this weekend, watching Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes team up together to take on the new bloodline. It's going to be what my Saturday is all about, plus a lot of college football. What you got going on? Chat with me in the comments. We can talk about that. Love you guys. Mean it. Let's do this all again in a glorious fashion, just like this, come Monday.